to have a bite to eat. Her night declares she's invited to the street. I tell her that I'd rather be alone. She gets the call and says she'll drive me home.
Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Classic Gamer 74. I am your host Anthony Gamer, and in today's episode we're going to review the Super Console X. I first heard about the Super Console X on the Tech Geek YouTube channel, as he had used it to build his own arcade machine, and I thought, that's interesting, as I'm still hoping to do that someday. It just, I need the room. But regardless, I was impressed with the machine itself, or should I say with this little mini console itself, as it does hold several different games and emulators. So I thought, well, I'll give it a try. And I checked it out at AliExpress, and I'll tell you, the prices on it are not that bad. I got the highest possible one you could get with a 256 gigabyte hard drive. And in today's episode, I'm going to show you how it works, give it a review, show you some games, and discuss it. So without further ado, let's get into the games. All right, so here is the Super Console X. Now, before we get started, let's get a little bit of background information about it. Now, the full name is the Ken Hank Game Box Super Console X Retro Game Console. Yikes. So, yeah, basically just say Super Console X. The particular one that I purchased came with a 256 gigabyte flash drive. It has about 90,000 plus built-in games. It comes with 2 controllers, 50 built-in emulators. It supports up to 5 players. Built-in counterweight iron ore heat seat. What the heck is that? Heat. Okay, so let me try. Sometimes I have the worst handwriting. Built-in counterweight iron ore heat. Okay, yeah. So you don't have to worry about it overheating. That's for sure. It supports 20 languages. It uses EMULAC 3.9 system. Supports network connection. It's compatible with the most recent game console that it works with would be PS1, PSP, Dreamcast. Used to create a custom arcade machine. Now, a gentleman by the name of the Tech Geek, another YouTuber, I do highly recommend his channel. He was able to use this to create his own arcade machine. As opposed to using all the kinds of guts and different things, you could actually just use this. Also, the thing that I showed last week as well, the At Games Legend, that would work too. But he has a really cool video where he shows you how he used this to build his own arcade machine. So, highly check that video out, and his channel. Got some good stuff on there. But let's take a closer look at this thing itself. All right, let's go ahead and open up. Now, I did get this from AliExpress. Every time I go on there, it seems like the price is going down. So, all right. Let's open up. Yep. Check that out. This itty bitty little box. See, I already plugged in the receiver for the wireless. It does have another USB port. On the back here, you can see where you plug in for a wired connection. Another HDMI for HDMI. The power cord plugs in here. AV out. There's your power switch. Yep. These things are just for decoration. They don't really have any real function. So, okay. Here's your adapter if you wanted to have up to 5 players on this, but it only comes, of course, with 2 controllers. Okay, you got your instruction manual, and it actually is a decent instruction manual or user manual. It actually is quite helpful, unlike some of the ones I've seen in the past. And then you got your 2 controllers. All right, so let's hook this bad boy up and check it out. All right, we're ready to fire this sucker up. I just push this button over here. Here we go. myself nice and comfy cozy here. All right. See, it's got the Emulac. Pretty cool, nice intro. Games Retro. All right. Okay, it does come with some cool background music, and of course, like I showed you with the other emulator, you can change it once you get into it if you want to change, but it's got some pretty cool gaming music with it. We got all games. Now it lists 117,248 games. Get your favorites. Now go through each collection that you have. You have Amiga, Amstrad CPC, Arcade. Now, interesting, you have Arcade, but you also have MAME in a separate area. Atari 2600, Atari 5200, Atari 7800, Atari 800, Lynx, Atari ST, Atomis Wave, Atomis Wave, whatever, Commodore 64, ColecoVision, Capcom 1, Capcom 2, Dreamcast, Famicom, the Arcade Final Burn Neo, Famicom Disk System, Game & Watch, Sega Game Gear, Game Boy Advance, Game Boy Color, Genesis, Genesis Hacks, Intellivision, MAME. See, like I said, you got Arcade and MAME separate. I don't know why, but Sega Master System, Sega Genesis, Sega Mega Drive, same thing. MSX2, I think they got those confused. I think one is MSX1. Nintendo 64, Sega Naomi. Yeah, you only got 4 games for it, but the DS, Neo Geo CD System, Neo Geo System, NES, NES Hacks, Neo Geo Pocket, Neo Geo Color, Magnavox Odyssey 2, Open Beats of Rage, TurboGrafx 16, TurboGrafx CD, Pokemon Mini, ports, PSP, PSP Minis, PS1, Sega 32X, Sega CD, Super Famicom, Sega SG-1000, Super NES, Super NES Hacks, Super Graphics, Vectrix, Virtual Boy, Wonder Swan Color, Sharp X68000, Sinclair ZX81, Sinclair ZX Spectrum, and that's it. So, got quite a selection here. So let's check out let's check out a couple of these and see what we got. All right, so let's check out a couple. Now, so far I've had good luck with just about all these except one. Yeah, the 5200 doesn't work. I'm not sure why. You can't really change much of the options. Now, if you're familiar at all with how Emulac works, changing emulators and stuff is pretty easy, but for some reason it doesn't let you do it with the 5200. So if any of you may have any ideas on how to get the 5200 to work, let me know. Really, it's not a big loss, but anyway, regardless. Now here's where you see where you got all the copies. Look at all these. I mean, you've got Tic-Tac-Toe. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different versions of 3D Tic-Tac-Toe. So yeah, you do have quite a few copies here. Mostly it's in the Atari area. Although you do get quite a few hacks. You got to give them credit for that. That's kind of cool. But then, so you'll generally have the regular NTSC version of games, and you have the PAL version. I guess if you're from other parts of the world, because, I mean, you're probably going to buy this. I mean, obviously, you're coming from AliExpress, so you're going to buy this probably if you're from different parts of the world. So, but regardless, I think I'm going to take out a bunch of these PAL games, because there's some games that have been left off of the 2600 list, like, for instance, yes, I hate to admit it, I mean, say it, but Pursuit of the Pink Panther is not in here. And neither are some of the newer games, so I'm going to take out some of these here and put in the, take out the PAL games, and so I can play the regular, play, Pursuit of the Pink Panther and some other hacks and homebrews that I have. Which reminds me, one thing you should do, and again, I know this is kind of a given, and I know why I'm just now bringing it up, but it's a good idea to make sure that you do back up the SD card that comes with it. I just ordered an SD card to back up, so when I'm in the process of adding and deleting games, if I screw something up, I have the original backed up. So let's go ahead and grab one. Okay, I'm just going to say Amadar. I love this game. I like the arcade a lot better, but all right, so let's check it out. Okay, here we go. Oops. All right, getting used to the controls a little bit here. There we go. Hit the wrong button. I keep forgetting on this one, they like you to use the B as like the fire button for the 2600. Now, controls are nice and responsive. And of course, it's set up just like any other Emulac. When you want to exit a game, hit select and start at the same time, and you back out. B to back out of the menu. I was really impressed at how the Atari 800 games work, because I noticed with an emulator, the other one that I have, the handheld, I could not get the Atari 800 games to work. But so far from checking these out, it looks like just about, I have not had any trouble with any of the emulators. And I've had trouble with some of the games, but like, let me give an example. Let me show you where I was. Arcade. Now, I wasn't the only one who had trouble with this. Some people said they were having trouble getting some games to run. All you have to do is just switch the emulator out. It's not really that difficult to do. Like, I'll show it. Let's see. Well, let's grab one here. I'm trying to think of a game that sometimes likes to goof. You can see, yeah, there's quite a selection here. All right, I'm gonna go. I think you know what I'm gonna pick. All right, let's pick. Got Donkey Kong. Oh, it works. Okay. And then select as insert coin. One is stop. Start, excuse me. But if any time games don't work, you can go in and change the emulator, and then they should work. Unfortunately, like I said, it doesn't work for some reason with the 5200. I'm not sure why. Like I said, if any of you have any ideas on how I can get that to work, please let me know. I am the master of Donkey Kong. Not really, I'm just tooting my own horn. But anyway, smooth controls, just like it should be. All right. You get the point. And quick, easy exit. All right, so it's set up basically like the handheld control, the handheld consoles that I talked about in a previous episode, except for it's on a TV. So, oops, did it again. Got my buttons a little mixed up there. But like I said, the quality here is just amazing. The selection of games, you're not going to find anything better. For the price that you pay for this, you are not going to find a better selection. Like I said, other than the 5200, all the other emulators work. When you try some of the more advanced games, I haven't noticed any slowdown. Some other people said that they have, but if you watch this channel, you know I don't really play a lot of newer games, or if I do, a select few. But you can adjust the frame rate and stuff like that in the settings. Relatively easy once you get in to make the adjustments. So definitely a great investment, I have to say. Okay, before we close out for today, one more thing I want to stress is, now on old game systems, what do? We just hit the power button, and that was it. Now this one, you don't want to do it that way. Here's how you do it: hit the start, go down to quit, shut down system, yes. Then you wait for it to do this thing, and then it will tell you when it's safe to turn it off. And then you just go over and hit that black button, and that's how you turn it off. Just letting you guys know, this is the safest way to do it. What do I think of it? Well, I have to tell you guys that I really think that this is a great investment. Now, I just checked AliExpress. As of September 2024, the version I got with the 256 gig drive is currently $44.28 at AliExpress. So yeah, this is definitely the time to get it. But as many of you that shop on AliExpress know, that they can do sales at any possible time for any reason. But yeah, I would highly recommend it, especially if you are looking to get an early Christmas present for somebody you love, or like I said, you want to build your own arcade machine, or get yourself a nice present. This is definitely an investment that is worth every penny. Our next episode is for you Dreamcast lovers, and in that episode we are going to emulate classic games and computers on the Dreamcast. Well, that brings this episode of Classic Gamer 74 to a close. I really hope you all enjoyed it. If you did, let me know by giving me a big thumbs up. Subscribe if you haven't already, and don't forget to click that little bell icon down there so you'll be notified when I upload any new videos. Connect with me on all my social media platforms. Check out my Patreon to find some cool videos you're not going to find anywhere else. And also, my latest book has just been released. This is the 5th book in the series about edutainment gaming. This one covers the microcomputers from the 80s and 90s, so please check that out. You can find that and all my other books on Amazon. Well, until next time, this has been Anthony Gamer. I hope you guys have a great week. And until next time, be strong, be safe, be happy, be healthy, and above all, take care of each other, be kind to each other, and stop hate of all kinds. See you next time. Bye for now.